Hello and welcome. In the SAITN online lecture series, this is the sixth lecture of second semester subject WT common to all branches. In the last five uh, lectures, we have discussed the first whole unit and half of the second unit itself. So, in the sixth lecture, we'll be discussing more about the second unit part that is remaining in the second unit of WT workshop technology, a common subject to all the branches of second semester. So, today we will discuss about sheet metalworking and carpentry shops. So, coming to the sheet metal, what is a sheet? What is a sheet? Sheet is uh, basically a piece of metal that has uh, high length and width as compared to thickness. And these sheets are used for all types of accessories in commercial level as well as domestic level as well. For example, boxes, almiras, and machine covers, and AC covers, and fridges. All these are covered with sheets, with sheet metals, basically sheet metals. So metal sheets are made of many materials. Aluminum sheets are there, silver sheets are there, tin sheets are there, and most commonly used sheets are CRC sheets and HRC sheets. These are steel sheets, common rolled cold sheets, and hot rolled cold sheets. So CRC and HRC sheets are used in automobile bodies, cars, etc. are covered with these CRC sheets, cold rolled carbon sheets, and many other parts are made of HRC, hot rolled carbon sheets. So these are basically gauged into SWG. Standard wire gauge is the just basically about the thickness of the sheet, and SWG 22 is commonly used for automobile sheets. Sheet thickness 22 that is also used for making almiras in our forward domestic purpose. So cold roll sheets are made, hot roll sheets are made by a process known as rolling that we have earlier discussed. Cold rolled carbon and hot rolled carbon are both rolling product of rolling process, and in which we apply malleability very much. So today we'll be discussing about what sheet metals operations are there and how these sheet metal operations are performed. So first of all, we have to cut the sheet. We basically normally there is 6 feet by 4 feet of sheets, HRC sheet and sorry CRC sheet and aluminum sheet are available in the market. Commonly, this is the most common size that is available. 6 feet by 4 feet, and many other sizes are also available. 7 by 3 is also available, and 6 by 3 is also available. But commonly, 6 by 4 is available, and basically we have to cut this sheet into small parts so that we can make components. So before cutting, after cutting, we use bending operations. We apply bending operations to bend the sheet, and then there are drying sheets and other sheet metal operations that are performed by hands. And there are sheet metal operations that are performed by hand. So today we'll be discussing cutting operations, bending operations, drying operations, and hand sheet metal operations that are not covered, that are not possible by sheet metal presses, power presses. So the machine that is applied to reshape the sheet metal is power press, and power press are basically coming to ton 1.5, point 0.5 ton, point 0.1 ton, point 0.5 ton, up to 150 tons are used normally. So these are the power press power presses that are used, that are applied to give final shape and to give final shape and size to the sheet metals. So first of all, coming to the cutting operation. So cutting is thickness of sheet metal is equal to zero point 0.4 to 6 mm. Cutting and forming operations performed related to sheets of metal. So these cutting operations can be performed on a sheet metal thickness 0.4 mm thickness and up to 6 millimeter thickness. Thickness of the plate stock 6 millimeter above are known as plates. or plate stocks, and these are very much heavy sheets, and these are not used in common machines. These are basically used in shipbuilding and infrastructure building and other industrial and heavy purposes, infrastructure purposes, not used for commercial and domestic purpose. For domestic purpose, we normally use up to 2 millimeter sheet, and in automobiles we use up to 4 mm sheet, and above 4 mm sheets that we don't normally use, and 6 mm that we use in shipbuilding and aircraft building and many other infrastructures, highway infrastructure, bridges, etc. That we use sheet thickness above 6 mm. So thickness of plate stock greater than 6 mm. Operations usually performed as cold working, where sheet metal operations are normally uh, worked at the normal temperature rather than elevated temperature. So sheet and plate metal products. So as we discussed, what are the applications? Automobiles and trucks, airplanes, railway cars and locomotives, forms and construction equipments, small and large appliances, office furniture, computers and office equipments. So small and large appliances that we basically we discussed about the AC, the fridge, all these are covered by sheets, metal sheets, and almiras are there, boxes are there that we use to stack arrangements and other home appliances, kitchen appliances, etc. All these are made up of sheets. Advantage of sheet metal parts: high strength, good dimensional accuracy, good surface finish, very low, and most of all, they can be worked very easily. And as compared to other processes, sheet metal processes are very easy to work with, and sometimes even we can shape with our own hands with a few tools, basic tools like we do in our workshop technology, in our manufacturing processes lab. We make our students make a tray. This tray is made up of a 24 gauges sheet that we can easily cut by a split, and we can give shape of a tray. And uh, first we develop a plan, and after developing the plan, after we cut the sheet into that size, and then we bend and make a sheet metal tray that we usually do in our shop. So these are sheet metals are so easy to work with, and sheet metal working is associated basic terminology punch and die, stamping presses and stampings. So punch and die, as we told that when we have to apply pressure, we normally use a die, that is the lower part or the fixed part of the toolings, and upper part is the punch, that is basically used to put the pressure on the part or component, and die is the cavity or space through which is uh, the sheet is deformed. So punch and die, we have already known. Stamping press, these are the machine tools. With the help, these machines run with the uh, help of electric motor, and they are used to apply pressure. Stamping sheet metal products are known as stampings, the final products that are basically used as stampings. So cutting is the process. Cutting is the process. Now you can see the cutting process code. The cutting is the process. This is the uh, sharing to separate large sheets or cut parts or make boards in sheets. Cutting. So as I told that we have 6 by 4 or something or something like that. So what we do, we take we cut the big piece, the big sheet into small pieces, and then we make the desired shape and size. So first of all, machine is cut, and this is cut through a punch. This is the punch that basically hits on this sheet, and when sheet punch hits on this sheet, on the lower part there is a die or support, and the sheet cuts from this place, or reduces or eliminates this place. So this is the process of cutting, and bending is the same process, but in the bending there is a space between cutter and the die. So the punch or the cut or the punch is slightly is giving slight edge or does not align with the die, so that there is a gap, and when this force is applied, so this will bring down the sheet, and this will bend the sheet in the lower direction. Similarly, drying is also a part, bending is done at the same part, and when this bending in this is concentrated on a central area, this is known as drawing. So drawing will be discussing later on. Cutting, this is the detail of cutting. How do we cut? So in cutting, the punch strikes the workpiece, and it has very slight difference, and there is a little gap between die and the punch. So you can see that this punch will start fracturing, and the whole part will go down like this way. So this complete sheet is cut into two parts, and this is known as cutting. Shearing, blanking and punching. We'll discuss shearing, blanking and punching. Shearing is the common cutting as it is known in sheet metal, or cutting or shearing is the same process, but in shearing we normally cut the whole sheet 6 by 4 sheet into small pieces, and this is a shearing machine is a big machine, and that any shape, any size of the sheet metal can be cut on this shearing machine. This is a big machine, so we can see the punch. The punch is quite large, and this strikes down on the sheet, and this then cuts into two parts. Shearing is the operation of cutting of large sheets into small sheets. Then blanking and punching. So before making anything, what we need a blank, and this blank is then further processed to find the to make the part. So blanking is cut piece of the desired part, so that is called blank, and then blank is worked upon, and extra strip is known as scrap. It is shown here. You can see this is the strip scrap, and this is the blank. This blank, and this blank will be further utilized to give desired shape and size. Then punching is the part. Punching is creating a hole, and when creating a hole, a small piece of metal is removed. This is scrap. Whereas in case of blanking, the exterior part from which the interior part is taken out. This interior part is basically developed into a job, and then further it is punched. So this is the blank, and this is the punching. In punching, internal part is scrap, whereas in case of blanking, the exterior part is scrap. So now comes to the clearance in sheet metal. As we discussed earlier, there is a clearance between punch and the die. So this basically ranges 4% and 8% of the stock thickness, that we are not needed too much to discuss about this at this stage. So we will be coming to bending. Bending is the process in which a metal is folded, or a given of angular shape is known as bending. So you can see bending of sheet metal, both compression and tensile elongation of the metal occur in bending. So in the bending, interior part of the bend is reduced, thickness is bent. So interior part, this part will be under compression, whereas exterior part will be under expansion. V bending, edge bending. So this is edge bending, and also you can give the V shape. This is known as V bending. You can see V bending. V bending is there. So this is the V bending, in which a punch of V shape strikes on a sheet. This is the sheet metal or job, and then this punch strikes and gives final shape V to the job. So this is edge bending. This is like edge bending, and edge bended edge is performed on a sheet metal. Spring back effect. What is spring back effect? The spring back effect means that when the force is applied, the metal takes the shape of the punch. But as soon as the punch comes back and metal is freed, it slightly recovers, slightly recovers. This is known as spring back effect. So this is known as spring back effect. After spring back effect, drawing is means to increase the depth, to increase the depth of a cylindrical part, hollow cylindrical portion. So this is the process in which a punch basically hits, and this creates a cylindrical portion like this. We can see here, this is the original part and this is the deep drawn part. Deep drawing is the process that creates a cavity, cup-like cavity inside a sheet metal. This is called drawing or deep drawing. Shapes other than cylindrical cups, so these are also taken into, these also can be performed. So ironing make wall thickness of cylinder cup more uniform. So this process is known as ironing. So when the drawing takes place, there are sledges, or there are irregular surface patterns develop in the drawing process, and these irregular patterns are removed by ironing the walls of the drawn cup. Then embossing is, all of us are well aware with the coins. In the coins we see both side is projection on both the sides on a coin. So that if the projection is on the both side, this process is known as coining, and if the projection is on one side and the cavity on the other side, this process is known as embossing. This process used to write alphabets, etc., letters, markers on the sheet metal parts. Then advantage, during processes, low tool cost. This process also, uh, this process basically to give a cavity shape to the parts. Process attractive in small quantity production. These are the advantages of during process. So low tool costing, complex. I am not going to discuss in detail during process. Dies for sheet metal processes. These are the uh, presses, punch and die tooling. These are the presses that basically used for giving shape and size to the sheet metals. You can see attached to press arm, press holder, punch, this is stripper, this is stripper, and this is strip stock. This is basically raw material. This is die, then die holder, then press, then die. So once the punch hits, it comes down and creates the cavity like this. So when the paddle is pressed, this punch holder is released and it comes like instantly on the sheet metal and creates a cavity. So dies for sheet metal processes. These are dies that we can see. A number of dies, progressive dies. Number of dies are placed there for rapid production or for fast production to increase productivity. So all parts, all shapes can be given to this rapid dies or productive dies, progressive dies. These are the parts that are used, that are basically, these are parts, turret press, several sheet metal parts produced on a turret press showing variety of holes, shape possible. So these are basically boards that are used in computers and another controller boards, motherboards, phones also use these type of sheet metal parts. So power and drive system, hydraulic presses, mechanical presses, and hydraulic presses, large piston and drive the ram. Power is given by the application of hydraulic. There is mechanical motor is aligned to keep the press. Sheet metal compressions not performed in presses, stitch forming, roll bending and forming, spinning, high and anti-rate forming process. This is stitch forming, is very much important process. Stitch forming, stitch processing. The sheet is clamped from both the side and a die comes rotating and sinks into the sheet, and thus giving a shape that is exterior of the die. So this way it hits the it hits the sheet metal and sheet is clamped from both the sides, so it takes place of this punch. Okay. Now roll bending. We have earlier seen the rolling processes, and these rolling processes are also used for bending the circular bending of the sheets. For example, we have to make cylindrical tanks, etc. We need we need this process of roll bending. Then roll forming is used to give different type of shapes to the sheets. Then spinning is the process by which tawa is made. Spinning is the process by which tawa normally we apply at the home, in which this is a circular disc, and this circular disc clamp, and there is a mantle that supports a circular disc, and there is a clamp, and when the clamp hold a circular disc, and it rotates at high speed, and there is a tool, fuller tool, and this is the tool that basically gives that that starts compressing the job from here and coming out to the external shape. So this will ultimately this will come, and this will give a uh, hollow cylindrical shape like spherical shape like tawa etc. to the sheet. So this is called spinning process. Now we'll be coming all this was all about sheet metal processes. And if you have any query or any clarification, you may get in touch with me. I'm available with on my phone as well as on other uh, social networking sites, WhatsApp, etc. I'm available, so you can get in touch and ask me any clarification. The last part of this unit is carpentry shop. In most of the toolings and associates are taken in the workshop. So here I'll briefly explain what is carpentry and what tools are made or what tools are applied, and what are types of timber, etc. So you can see this is the experiment that we have to perform in our workshop. There we have there we make different types of joints of wooden joints. T joints are there is there, and C joint is there, L joint is there, and all these are made up of soft wood that we'll discuss. So before talking about carpentry, we must know what are the carpentry tools. So carpentry tools are eight carpentry tools are there. Eight types of carpentry tools are there: measuring tools, cutting tools, striking tools, sharpening tools, marking tools, planing tools, drilling tools, and molding tools. So measurement tools, these are the measurement tools, scales and tapes, steel rules, etc. are measurement tool, cutting tool, snips are etc. Striking tools, different types of hammers, sharpening tools are basically sandstones that are used to sharpen the cutting tools. Then marking tools are there, punch, punch are there that are used to make a mark on the wooden pieces. Planing tools, planers are there that are basically used to give smooth surface of the job. And there are drilling tools, drilling machines, hand holding drilling machines, and holding tools are tongs, etc. that are basically used for holding tools. So in detail we will be having when we are working with our workshop. So these are the tools that we normally use. And here are the basic questions or important questions of related to carpentry. So first is seasoning. What is seasoning? Seasoning, as we know, the uh, wood is cut from the trees, and these trees are let dry. Then only they would be able to uh, make a job or make a wooden item. So they are left in open atmosphere so that extra moisture so that moisture is dried and they come to a stable state. So the process removing extra moisture from the wood is known as seasoning. Then what is seasoning? Types of seasoning: natural seasoning, water seasoning, till seasoning. Natural seasoning, that is the job is the wooden piece is left into the natural environment to remain dry. Then water seasoning is with the help of waters, uh, water cannon and water appliances. Then hill seasoning, that is basically furnace seasoning, and when the furnace is done. So these are three types of seasoning that are basically gives stability to the wooden pieces. Then what is the difference between wood and timber? Timber, the natural form of tree after cutting it is known as wood, while useful part of tree cut into different size and used for engineering commercial purpose is known as timber. Timber is basically raw material for making a job, whereas wood is the direct product from the trees. So there are three types of woods: soft, hard, and medium. Soft wood are cal, deodar, pine, and poplar. These are soft woods that can be easily crafted, whereas shisham, teak, sal, mango, palm, etc. are hard types of wood. These are hard to work, they are hard to cut, but their life is very long. Shisham's life, shisham, teak, sal, palm, mango, these have very long life, whereas cal, deodar, pine, and poplar, etc. These are the woods types of woods that don't have much life, but they are given shape and size. Different types of products are made up of all the mostly they are used for short span products like badminton rackets, etc. Bats, etc. are made of some softwood, whereas mostly the products like doors, windows, etc. are made up of shisham, teak, and sal. Furniture is also made up of hardwood and not of softwood. So, in different types of defects found in timber, these are the defects: knots, distortion, twisted organs, shakes, honeycombing. These are the different types of defects. Then come to the tools. We have already discussed 8 types of tools are there. Then different types of saws are there: rip saw, bow saw, keyhole saw, tandem saw, crosscut saw. These are the saw that are used to cut the machines. Then there are chisels that are used to create cavity or V shapes into the wooden pieces. So most common chisel is Furman chisel, and different types of chisels are there: mortise chisel, socket chisel, dovetail chisel, gauge chisel. These are the chisels that are used. Setting of, what do you mean by setting of saw teeth? Saw teeth means the in opposite direction slightly alternative is known as the bending of saw teeth in opposite direction slightly alternatively is known as setting of saw. So headza is a remove thick material. Headza. Headza is used to remove thick material. Name of the file which is commonly used: half round rasp file, and various sharpening tools, grinding tools, water stone, and files, etc. So these are basically the tools that are used in carpentry shop. We have discussed all the problems, and mostly we'll discuss the important questions, and clarifications will be discussed. If you have, you can get in touch